Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Home Cooking. You got the chef over here in Alan, and you always got the blessed one, Bluska. What's good?
Sean, what's going on with you, man?
Yo, actually, something super surprising. We got to say, we hit 1,000 downloads on our streaming platform, so that's pretty big. It doesn't represent all of our viewers because I know we have different platforms like our YouTube, but yeah, it's a big accomplishment for us, and we're happy to share it with whoever's listening. And yeah, we have a really nice episode today. We're feeling good, and we're gonna be talking a little bit first about recreation sports, like our experiences with that, how valuable it is. And we're going to take it a little bit further into professional sports, talking about spectators and being a fan and how we think like things are going to work for bigger events. And then we're going to take it to OT. But Bleska, introduce our guest.
Okay, with us today we have Mr. Tyler Galati. How are you doing?
Good, man. It's been a while. Just up to my own thing, chilling and that. And yeah, I've known Bleska and Alan for past like roughly 10 years, I'd say.
Okay.
And yeah, been a Londoner my whole life. Always into sports, mostly soccer, but there are always other avenues to take later on in the future, especially with this lockdown. So let's go, boys.
Okay,
Let's
let's
go.
get it. Okay. So just to warm you up, we're gonna hit you off with some quick this or that questions. So are you ready?
All right.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Oh, dogs. I own one. So
Okay,
Okay.
what kind?
she's a half sheepdog, half poodle.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. Next up, Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Okay, okay. Toast or eggs?
Depends on how the eggs are made. I like over easy.
Over easy. Okay.
Okay, and now we're gonna hit off some soccer. Are you a Ronaldo guy or Messi guy?
Messi. I like his footwork.
Okay.
Okay. The tactical list.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you picked that over Milan, Barca over Milan, or is that?
Oh, no. Especially not in a matchup. Maybe I would back them up in Champions League though.
Okay, and off of that, Champions League or World Cup?
I'll say World Cup because
Okay.
that's where the Italians appear more often. So
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair
yeah.
enough. All right, Alan, why don't you introduce our first topic of the
All right. Let's dig into here. And yeah, so first thing that's going to be on the menu or we're going to tackle is recreational sports, because I know that all of us here have had experience in recreational sports. So what I want to go start with it first for you, Tyler, is I know that you played rec league soccer with some of the guys that we know in like high school and stuff, but I'm sure you have other stories about your rec league sports experiences. So tell me about like your yeah, just throw it at me with your experiences first, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, with my knowledge from your guys' school, I played outdoor with Ty for a while. That guy was a speed demon. And yeah, definitely a hard defender to come across. But I played rec for years. I never played competitive, like even for 1 year at all. So, and then Nico introduced me to indoor soccer. I met Juan Arcila. We had a rivalry going on because they would always end up on the same team, not myself. But, hardcore times. We definitely treated it more competitive than it should have been, but great results nonetheless.
Yeah, I think
I met a lot of people along the way, and still some of them I still keep in contact with. And I just turned 25 recently, so that says a lot.
I dig it. I feel like the best part about rec league is that you can always like find a group of guys that just like take it a little bit over the top and just kind of like Alan does in our softball leagues. He just goes a little bit extra hard, maybe too hard. And I was wondering, are you that kind of guy? Just like when
Are
you
you,
win,
what is yeah? Let Tyler. What is your role? Like, are you the firecracker? Are you the cheerleader? Or are you the like the stone wall of defense, or the guy who just goes for the glory?
I'm definitely the guy that, because in high school, like I was, and I still am, like the scrawny kid. So whenever I was brought on, I was definitely always on a Blades of Glory. So I definitely try my best to show off in front of the guys. I remember one of the best moments. Blesko was part of this. We were doing Aussie football. Some Australians were teaching us this, and I decided to go hard on some of the smaller guys. It was all muddy as well. It was a brilliant experience. Yeah.
Yeah, Aussie football is actually fun. That was actually one of my favorite units.
Yeah, me too.
Outside.
But that was definitely one of the most over the top moments as well. And I think they're putting more of a ban on this, but dodgeball as well. Like we would legit hurt people, but it was all in good fun. No harm. No harm, even though we put harm on people.
I think that's what's gonna make kids growing up right now a little bit soft, just because they don't have that dodgeball experience, and now they're too worried about the other things that could come along. But yeah,
I feel it's more like overwhelming parental control these days, because I think kids are being seen more as kids, not as growing adults anymore, which is kind of sad.
Would you, so let's look at it this way. Yeah, like, do you think kids are more like sheltered now than they were in the past when it comes to like different rules for sports? And do you think that has an impact on kids wanting to participate in certain like leagues and stuff because they're cutting out contact and stuff like that? Or I don't know.
I feel like they're definitely more protected in today's society than we would have been a few years back. Yeah, let's say 10 years back in high school. Only because like social injustices have taken a big high, and so parents just simply don't want to see their children go through that. So they're more helicopter parents these days, always on the watch, see what their kids are up to, hope that they're not up to any good, and especially during the pandemic, I bet they want to hear all about what their kids are undergoing, and what they're doing on this side, especially because we all try to, at this moment in time, keep ourselves sane, try something new every day.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Is there anything that you maybe picked up to keep yourself busy with these long hours?
So I'm a big language guy. Like I have a degree in French, in fact. So I decided to take another turn and learn yet another language, which has been around 300 days and going now.
Ooh.
And that's Italian, of course.
Okay.
Fair enough. I feel like that's a little bit easier, just especially with your French, having that as a background, because they're all like pretty, well, not completely similar, but or am I off with that? Are they similar languages in terms of just
the rules are the same.
Yeah.
I would mildly agree with the wording.
Okay, I dig it.
I gotta say though, yeah, no, it's really cool that you said that, Tyler, because even I myself, I've been trying to. I was actually gonna try to learn like Spanish at the moment and make it, because it's easier to connect with other people when you're able to speak in their own proper language. I know that for you specifically, being Italian, learning how to speak Italian, especially with your background in French, and I don't know if your parents speak Italian, but I'm sure that you have relatives back home that would be able to really appreciate if you're able to speak in Italian, right? So it's really cool that you're doing that.
Yeah, my grandparents actually, they're on my paternal ones. They're so fluently Italian that they're gradually forgetting more and more of their English. More and more they speak to people back in Italy. My dad grew up in the Calabrese area, so basically like the toenail of the Italian boot over there, and that's where Italians are, or knowing Italian is really the strongest. Like they don't necessarily, you generally don't see many English speakers in that part of Italia. So.
Mm-hmm. And speaking about relatives that speak different languages, one of our old guests here, we asked her the question if like her relatives like make fun of her accents. So do you have a sort of Canadian accent to your Italian, or do people point it out?
I definitely keep throwing in the A as well. So I try to add my own little, or at least my subconscious does of it. And you know how they mock Italian like this, and they put in reverse order. They put in reverse order, but it's true. It's true, unfortunately.
Do you have the hand gestures? Let's go in there quickly.
You probably noticed, yeah, I threw some. Well, obviously, listeners can't see this, but part of my hands have already been thrown into the screen at least 20 times. So
okay,
yeah, it's a habit. It's a talking with my hands, and I use it as a weakness even in job interviews. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I speak with my hands, so don't let that intimidate you if things ever become a little confrontational and stuff like that.
Tyler, as long as
my bad. I thought you were gonna ask him if he abides by like all the like Italian stereotypes there.
Oh, man, I was about to say, as long as Tyler, you're not lying with your hands with what you say, man, you're good.
What?
I don't know if you can, but I don't know.
How do you lie with your hands?
Well, fun fact, like it's become such a trend to talk with your hands in Italian that we have like some mostly for vulgar purposes, but like Italian sign language, so like doing specific gestures means specific things. Like you don't always have to talk with your mouth in Italian to speak it. So
I only know one.
Okay. So if you cut, so a lot of what I see on Facebook is like cupping your hand, like almost like how the Queen waves.
Yeah.
Depending on how you swing that at a person, it can mean the F-bomb. I'll say, for the sake of this for the sake of this podcast.
What is it the other way? So if you're doing it, what does it mean
if you swing it like almost like swing it like a sword, then it means like F you.
Okay.
But yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like you swing it one way, like F you, and then the other way it's like a whole other.
Maybe to the person left and right of you. I don't know. It depends.
I got you.